What is up guys, Killer Kev here, and today on this tutorial build we're going to be doing a pretty funky house. Now I'll explain what this mess is in a minute, so let's just crack on. I'll try and do it in a minute, but I very much doubt it. So what we've got here is we've got columns or pillars, depends how you want, because this building is obviously on a stand or a strut, or a structure shall I say. So you can tell these beams as well are 5 high. Now we're actually going to be building on this platform, not in this platform, on this platform. So these are 5 high, and then 5 along, 5 high, 5 along, 5 high, 5 along, 5 high, and it carries on, carries on, carries on. And pretty much what it is you've got an additional, I think 7 struts in total. So as you can tell, I've marked out these 3. These 3 are where the stairs are going to breach between the actual platform and where you can get on the platform. So as you can see, 1, 2, 3 right in the middle, and then 2 either side. And obviously these sides are totally different. They are only 5 struts along. There's the same thing as well. 5 along, 5 up, 5 along, 5 up, 5 along, 5 up, blah blah blah. And as you can tell, these 2 grey blocks are on These 2 grey blocks are on the side purely because of a reason, and I'll explain why we're carrying on building. So once you've done all of that, which took me a fair amount of time to schedule this all out, I fucked up twice by doing this, but it's all hunky-dory now and it's all correct and straight. What we're going to be doing first is the easiest thing is probably going to be marking this whole thing out with wood. Now what you want to do is just build a layer on top of this. Now what I mean by a whole layer is pretty much just this whole fucking thing needs to connect. So all the way along here, for instance, no idea why I've got the leg, all the way along here needs to connect like so. And it's freaking raining, god damn. So something like that all the way along till it connects to this side. And do all the same thing, but this one here, as you can see, the struts at the end or the corner here, they need to make another pillar just here. And I didn't do this originally because otherwise people would have got very confused on how to do it. And what you want to do is you want to mark out this particular bit on its own with stone. Now we're using stone for the actual building, if you didn't see by the thumbnail. Otherwise you can choose something else, but for the purpose of this video and this tutorial I'm using stone. So please, if you get sidetracked with your wood, make sure that you do remember to do this process, otherwise your building ain't gonna look anything like the one on the thumbnail, that's for damn sure. So just do that bit there, and the rest of it I'm just gonna fill in with wood. So obviously this bit here, you can just fill in with wood now. It just needs to come all the way along. We just need to mark out that one particular bit for a reason, only bit. So I'm gonna fill the rest in with this with wood. Don't fill any of the under bit as well, don't fill any of this bit here like this. This building needs to be on struts. It just gives it that sort of better feel. So I'm just going to really quickly just do a oak layer of wood. This can be dark wood, it's entirely up to you what frickin' wood you use. I don't really mind, but if you're going to follow the instructions that I give you and the tutorial, then please do remember in mind to follow the same colours and the same steps that I'm doing. So I'm just going to fill the rest of this platform in, and then once I've done that I'll come back and show you the next step. So there we have it. After a short period of time and almost realising that I have carpal tunnel, we can crack on with this build. So underneath should look something like this. Now you can put whatever you like in here. You can make another layer, you could fill it up and everything else, but purely because of the tutorial I'm not going to do that at all. And the next step I'm going to do, because it's a necessity, not just because of the build, it's because of the dimensions as well, is actually going to build the stairs. And you're probably thinking, why the fuck are you building the stairs? What is wrong with you? Why would you do that at the first beginning bit? You're going to have to, unfortunately. So I'm going to build this 4 along in total, which is 5 along in total, which is giving us a nice big walkway to come up to this big stairs here. And the easiest way to do this and the easiest way to explain how to do this is probably just build up a extra flight of stairs each time. You know what I mean by this? Something like this. Same thing on this side as well. And then it carries on and 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 on. Same thing, blah blah blah, and everything else. So what you're going to be doing is doing that, for instance. Or you can do the method of this, where you come down from this particular section. So I'm going to guess it's there, maybe? I don't know. It's always a guessing game with these things. Oh, I think I might be right. I was. Holy shit. Wow. Okay. Awesome. So I'm going to get rid of this. Wow, that was actually really good guessing. I do apologise. That's the easiest way to do it, is just this way. And then after that, what you can do is just build 3 stairs along, and then 3 stairs along. Easiest way to do stairs as well, start from the sort of the actual section here from the top, and then when you're building stairs, come from the bottom to the top. obviously, because like if we did it the way I originally was going to do it, until I realised that we could do it just like this, pretty damn simple and easy, then it would have just looked freaking weird, let me tell you. Freaking weird. So probably it's 2 away from beam, so I'm going to say, is it here? Probably not, that's well off. Oh, from this beam, wow, okay. Like so, and the reason why we're doing like this as well is purely because we can have a platform up the top there. It's not just sort of you get to here and you're like, oh shit, I haven't got any room to move, and I have to shuffle around on the platform. It's nothing like that at all. So, and obviously we're going to finish off the stairs in a minute. Calm your tits, don't worry too much. Probably going to come an extra 1 out on this in total, maybe. No, I think that's okay. Like so, and then obviously follow the same pattern on this side. Start from the bottom and work your way up to the top. So 2, 3, and the same thing on this side. 1, 2, 3, same on this side. So you're going up as well. There's no risk as well if you're doing this on survival. So it's really kind of a good method to do it. And then after that, you just want to connect the 2 platforms together, like so. Easy. And we'll mark out where this is as well, by the way, guys. Please mark out where this is. So obviously this being the middle one here. Just put a stone line. It doesn't matter how long it is just yet. Just put a stone line just to correspond. We know where the middle is of the platform, because the middle of the platform actually has to work, because that's where the door's going to be. So after this, you can do this anyway. You can fill it up, like for instance like this. Again, entirely up to you. But for me, I'm not going to be doing that. I'm actually going to be carrying on this way down as well. So for instance, I'm going to be carrying this down. I'm going to leave that there because that will be concealed tightly in a minute. 1 there, 1 there, 1 there, and 1 there. So for instance like this. And then we're going to do the exact same thing. 3 along. 1 block there. I'm going to follow this all the way along around as well. So again, it's just a little bit of a long tutorial, and you can just fill it up to map that thing, or you can go for the actual sleek and sexy look, which I've gone for, which is kind of like this. And all you need to do now is just fill these in. If you get a little bit struggle of these, just make a little extension slightly bigger that corresponds with it. So you want to come out an extra 1, 2 on this one. No, yeah, 1, 2 maybe. Yep, 1, 2, and obviously it gets wider and wider and wider. Same thing on this one as well. 1, 2. This one will be a 3rd one with 1 coming in, and the last layer will be a 4th one. So you're kind of going from a peak to a really fat point in the middle of it all. Do 1, 2, 3. Don't worry too much yet about how your stairs look at the moment, because obviously some of this stuff can be deducted like that, and the same thing on this one as well. Deducted, and you're going to do the exact same thing on this side as well. It's going to be a little bit tricky because we didn't have that problem on that side, which we do on this side. So you actually take these blocks off now, just carry on the pattern. Oh, not just yet, 1 more. Nope, 1 more again. There we go. I'll take off these blocks. It's probably a little bit easier just to do that, but you want that curve, you want those blocks there just for the time being, just to get that curve so you know where you are going and everything else. But once you've done that, it's pretty fucking easy, to be honest. Like so. You can leave out whatever stairs that you want, or leave whatever sort of sections you want. I'm going to leave those blocky bits there just for the time being. They might come into play when we're finished, but yeah, that's the sort of the stair entrance there. And now we can actually start cracking it on with the structure. Now that you can have this as big as you like, please bear that in mind. You can have the platform as big as you want. So I'm probably going to come out to the diameter here. So obviously the block of the wooden stem actually runs from this line here. So I'm going to come in 1, 2, 3. I'm going to come in 4 in total. I'm going to leave that one there. 4, maybe 5. 5. So I'm going to come in 6 in total. 6 in total. Then after that, it's pretty simple. You want to run this sort of stone block or whatever you're using all the way along in a straight line, because obviously this is a square as well. And you want to leave 2 or 3 on the outside. I'm going to be leaving 2 on the outside. And I'm going to come all the way along here. All the way along, all the way to the back as well. But again, the same thing as well. Leave 2. So as you can see, 1, 2. So I'm going to leave that there. I'm going to come all the way onto this side as well. Now this, hypothetically, should maybe and will connect to this little bit over here. It's a bit of a complicated build. This might be in parts, but I don't know just yet. And there we go. And you want to follow this pattern all the way around. So just carry on with this. Remember to leave 2, like so. And then if you get a little bit worried, you can just connect this all the way along until it connects. What you can do as well is you can actually either just bow it out like I've done, or you can actually cut it off here and then let it connect, because there still be the overhang here. So I'm probably going to do that. I'm probably going to let it cut off there. I'm going to build this around as well because I bloody can. There we go. So this in its own, the reason why I've sectioned this bit off in particular is because this bit is actually a different building in comparison to that. I mean, it all congeals together, but if you're just trying to structure it correctly and trying to do everything right and proper, prim and proper, then you don't want that at all. So as you can see, this is going to be entrance. That line we did shouldn't take it away, but as you can tell, the 3 in the middle here all the way along, this is going to be our entrance. As well, you can make this how many doors you want. I'm going to make it 3 because it's slightly a larger building, so I'm going to make it 3. Then after that is just a case of building it up. Now you can do this however you like, however you want. I'm going to be doing struts in this particular thing, so I'm going to be trying to find a silky white, which I'm probably going to go for a block of iron. And I'm just going to make an iron stem between the 3 doors that are here. Now you can go as high as you like on this. Personally, I'd go about 7 high, so 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 7 high, which is going to be the total height of the building. I think that's the 2 floors as well. And then after that, I'm just going to carry on building. So all the struts I'm going to change as well. So these middle bits here are going to come up as well. I'm not sure if that's 7. Oh well, it will all connect in a minute. This one as well. 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. That'll do, it's fine. And the same thing on this one as well. So exclude this whole entire build here. Do not worry about this build here just yet. And then what we're going to do once you've got your beams of 7, for example, I'm just going to do it just like that, is just basically carry or drag these all the way along until they connect. Something like this. I'm going to do this real quick for you. Make sure it's a white as well. I mean, you can change this to anything that you want. They don't need to be the stone, or don't need to be the blocks, excuse me, that I'm using for this build. But obviously if you're following the thumbnail / tutorial, then these are the blocks you're going to be using. So there we go. They connect. Fucking lovely. So after that as well, just look at the middle, and obviously a door is too high, so we're going to breach it across like so. This is our door, and this is our framework. So after this, you can choose the fact to build this one first or the bigger one first. I'm going to build the bigger one first, purely because it's the sort of main structure of the actual building, and as well it's a little bit confusing. And this whole build is very confusing. So what I'm going to do for a start is build the actual sort of skeleton or the holding frame for the structure. If you don't know what I mean, then hold on to your seatbelt because I'm going to show you. So we're going to switch to our fencing, and we're going to run this all the way along. And you can choose a darker fencing, it's entirely up to you, or you can choose the corresponding fencing to your sort of wood that's on top here. So we're just going to go for the standard oak one, and you're just going to run a trail all the way around. Now this probably seems really stupid, but trust me, it works. Not for decoration, it's purely because I need it for structuring and measuring all the other things out as well. So I'm going to do that and come all the way along here. Same thing on this side as well. Don't worry too much about this entrance. This obviously needs to be connected on its own. Come all the way along. And the same thing on this side, needs to come all the way along. There we go. Trying to do it as quickly as I can. There we go. So as you can see, the entrance is somewhat done, and you can actually just follow this down like so. Only on this side though, please don't follow it down on the other side because it won't work, because this pattern is not on that side at all. Like so. So there we go. That's what you should have for the time being. Something like that. Probably thinking, well, that side isn't the same as this side, and they're not the same. Well, this side needs to be longer than this side. I don't know if I mentioned that before, but this side actually has another attachment building onto it. This side has one there, and obviously this one that we're going to be making is going to have another attachment there. Guys, I'm going to cut it for this part here. Part 2 will be out very shortly. Do not worry, which we're actually going to be building the buildings itself, bulking it out and making it look good. Part 3 will probably be design and everything else. So part 2 is the actual build. If you want to carry on and leave this sort of tutorial and take this with you and make your own thing, that is cool, that's fine. Let me know if you want to see anything in particular in the comment section below, guys. But as always, Killer Kev here, and Killer Kev out.